So today we are going to be looking at some underrated games that don't have that much players for if you're really bored. You're like, yo, I do not have a single anime game to play. What do I do? Well, I will probably have a game that you like in this video. So the game we're starting off with is Anime Run Kingdom. I would say this game is fairly unique. It is a little similar to Anime Rangers X, if you do know it. I assume most of you guys at least know of it. But yeah, the game is quite fun. I would say it's a pretty decent game. It's very fun. They've got evolution skins, a bunch of summon stuff. It's not pay to win at all, I would say. There is a bunch of bundles, of course, but it is basically the only thing. If you really want it, you can get VIP, but that's the only thing you really need as far as I know. They have banners, VIP banners, and then another special banner that you unlock at level 10. I will show a little bit of the gameplay right here because the gameplay is fairly unique, so it's definitely worth showing it off. I think in this video we will also be covering around 7 games, so there should definitely be something to play for everyone. So let's just hop in this stage, start it, and we'll go take a look at the gameplay. Alrighty, so we're in game, and as you guys can see right here, you basically just get 5 units that you can set up in a custom way, and they basically just attack the enemies, right? It looks pretty cool. I would say visually it looks pretty cool. And you can have, they have abilities and M1s basically, and those do damage, of course, all that sort of stuff. They also have traits and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, you can basically set up a custom team right here with back, middle, and front units, different types of units. It's pretty cool. Definitely give this game a try. If you haven't, it might be something for you. I know a lot of people that I know have enjoyed this game quite a lot, so give it a try if you want to. Here we have another really fun game. It just released, I think, 2 days ago. I would say the game is quite good. It basically is the RNG type of game. I don't know if that's your thing, but it is RNG. But it is also a tower defense. The game's name is Anime Defense RNG. So let's take a quick look. So we have all different kinds of units that you roll for. As you can see right here, you have all different kinds of rarities. You got legendary, epic, uncommon, all that sort of stuff, right? They have different rarities. I would say the game is a little bit more towards the pay to win side. So if that's not your thing, this game might not be for you. But basically you just have a bunch of units, right? They do attacks, but it's more of a tycoon idea. Basically the enemies walk towards your base, right? And they kill your base if they hit it, like TDs. But it's like not like the standard TD where you click play, load into a map. Your base is the map, basically, if that makes sense. And it is quite fun, I would say. There's levels and there's 2 different worlds. So if you rebirth, or prestige they call it in this game, you basically get the second world, the Namek world. It's I would say this game is fairly good to waste some time, and it's pretty entertaining. I feel like this game will definitely stay alive for a long while because it is fairly high quality. Everything looks pretty good. The UI looks nice, all that sort of stuff, right? So, and the VFX are also pretty nice for like this type of game, if that makes sense. I definitely recommend you give this game a try if RNG games are your thing. That's for sure. On to the next game. This game is a little bit more mainstream, I would say. I think it's on around 9,000 players right now, but I feel like a lot of y'all have never tried this game or have never played it, or maybe played it and haven't played it in a while. So I definitely recommend, if you are more into PvP type of games, you give this game a try. It's called Fruit Battlegrounds. It is a, well, Battlegrounds type of game. But what makes it fun for me is that you actually have levels. As you can see right here, you have levels to grind for that makes you get more XP, or more HP, my bad, more stamina, more damage, all that sort of stuff. So basically it is a Battlegrounds type of game, but not the standard Battlegrounds type of game where you just select a character, right? It's more a game where you can grind and then PvP with people, all that sort of stuff. Like basically I can just slap this guy in 2 moves, right? So that is what makes it fun to me. The fact that with grinding I can actually become better than, you know, other players, even though they might be better at PvP than me, whatever, all that sort of stuff, right? So I definitely give this game a try if you're into gambling also, because you do spin for the stuff you get. Let me show you right here. As you can see right here, we have spin fruit, right? What you do, you basically get gems from leveling up, all that sort of stuff, codes. I definitely recommend, if you do want to play this game, search up the codes. They give a bunch of stuff and you have different rarities and you can gamble for them. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, if you haven't tried this game and you are a little bit into PvP, and what I like personally when a game has PvP, but I can get an advantage by grinding, if you like that sort of stuff, I definitely recommend you give this game a try. Fruits Battlegrounds is a really good game, I would say. Alrighty, so here we have the next game, Anime Power Defense. I know a lot of my viewers are into tower defense games. This one is fairly underrated. I'm pretty sure it's on 300 players right now. It peaked around 5,000, I think, a month or two ago. It doesn't update that often, though. That might be why. But if you are into tower defense games and never tried this game, I definitely recommend you give it a try. You know, it might be fun. Also, I am trying to hit 50,000 subs before the end of the year. I will be giving away 10,000 Robux if I do hit it before the end of the year. And I'm giving away 2 Robux for every single person that subscribes this month. The giveaway for that Robux will be in my Discord. So join my Discord if you do want to win it. But yeah, if you do want to contribute to the giveaway and everything, please do subscribe. It's like really appreciated. All right. So this game is the standard type of TD game, right? You just have mythicals and all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure they do have some unique stuff where you can roll for like powers that add stuff to your units, right? You can see right here, you can roll different rarities and the powers to different things. I do not know if I have any on this account. Yes, I do. So for example, we have Blizzard, right? This is a legendary. Each attack has a 100% chance to create a hailstorm, slowing enemies by 25%. For 6 seconds and dealing 10% of a unit's damage over 3 seconds, 8 seconds cooldown. So yeah, it's like kind of a unique type of TD game with like a twist, right? So you spin for powers that you can put on units. I'm pretty sure every unit can have 1 power. It's a fairly cool game. I do recommend you give this game a try if you haven't and you are into TD games. I do not think the game is pay to win at all. I mean, of course, every TD game is pay to win. Yo, that is a whole lot of bundles. So yo, they're trying to get their bag. But yeah, I definitely recommend you give this game a try if you haven't. It's a pretty cool TD game. I'm pretty sure they don't update that often, and that's why the game is on such a low player count right now. But yeah, if you haven't tried it, you know, feel free to. It's out there, all that sort of stuff. Alrighty, so here we have the next game, which a lot of y'all might recognize this game. It is Anime Dimensions. This game was popular around 1 to 2 to 3 years ago. It was really popular and had a bunch of players. Right now, it's kind of died down because Cool Bills, the owner, kind of stopped updating it, which is pretty unfortunate. But the game still has a lot of content to grind. It is not quite that, I would say. I'm pretty sure it's on around 2,000 players average. So don't get too scared to get into this game, right? It is definitely still somewhat alive, just a little bit more dead than it used to be. It has a lot of content though, so if you do need an anime game with a lot of content, you just want to grind for a lot of stuff, definitely give this game a try if you like dungeon type of games. Although I would say the only thing I dislike about this game is the insane amount of gambling. Like, look, we got 1 gacha for 1%, we got 2 gachas for 1%, and we got all kinds of bundles. We got more gachas with cards, right? Cards are basically gambling too. You got characters, and then the characters, this character takes like hella long to get. But yeah, if you just want to do an absolutely insane amount of grinding for whatever reason, you literally have nothing to do for the next, I don't know, month, and you want to grind out a game, this might be the perfect game for you, since this game has an absolutely mental amount of content, basically infinite, because the cards have different potentials and different attributes it can have, and I'm pretty sure you literally have to get trillions before you get a perfect one, or millions or something crazy. So yeah, so if you do want a lot of content to go through, this might be the game for you. And if you like dungeon type of games, it's just a standard dungeon type of game. I don't think I have to show the gameplay of. You just have 4 moves. You have supports and fruits, actually. They added that recently, or like a year ago, but you know, I've really played the game that actively since then. But if you do like dungeon type of games, all that sort of stuff, I do recommend you give this game a try. Here we have another TD game, which this one I'm pretty sure is not as unique as Anime, what was it? Anime Power Defense. But it is still quite the cool game. I'm pretty sure the game isn't that bad. It's called Anime Guardians. I think it's on around 1,000 players now. So if you do want a TD game to grind, I'm pretty sure you could just give this game a try and see if you like it. I don't really know that much about this game. They do seem to have some artifact gachas, all that sort of stuff. Let's gamble here for an artifact just for fun. But if you are interested, you know, feel free to give this game a little try. I would say the game is probably fairly fun. I mean, it has 2,000 players for a reason. and it's probably pretty underrated. So yeah, if you want to play another TD game for whatever reason, give this game a try. It's called Anime Guardians, all that sort of stuff. And lastly, we have a game I actually have played a lot. Alrighty, so here we have the last game, Anime Card Clash. I've actually played this game an insane amount, as you can see right here. The only issue with this game is that it doesn't update that often, but I would say if you are into RNG type of games, you really like them, I definitely would recommend you give this game a try. It has traits, which is actually, you know, quite cool. Even more gambling. You already know you can basically just roll on the unit. Let's say I want to roll, I don't know, on Sid. You can roll like, yo, I want a trait, and you have a few mythic traits, all that sort of stuff, right? And you have potions and all that, like cards. But yeah, basically how this game works is you have a card that has an ability that has a certain stat. There are some cards that have higher stats, some cards that have lower stats. I won't go into depth on that because that's too much. You'll see if you want to play the game. You can just hop on and find it out for yourself. But basically, cards have certain stats that have an ability. For example, let's just take a look at what is like an interesting ability. This one is pretty simple. Reflects the first attack of an opponent, causing back at them, dealing 30% of the intended damage. Right, so every card has an ability like that. For example, copy 15% of the opponent's base stats and add it to this own. There's some cards that have really OP abilities, some cards that have a little bit worse abilities. But yeah, you'll find out when you play the game. If you do like RNG type of games or even card type of games, I definitely recommend you give this game a try. I think the game is really good. It's a lot of fun. The only issue, like I said, is actually it is also kind of pay to win. So if that's not your thing, you know, yeah, I think it's about 3k Robux for all the game passes. 2k, I think, 2.4. But yeah, if the only issue is the update schedule, right? That's the only issue I would say. But yet again, if you don't have any issues with that, you know, you can give the game a try. Either way, that was it. I think we covered 7 really good games. If you did find a game you like, please subscribe and leave a like and have a nice day. And bye bye.